Welcome once again to your Python class, and this is your Python program, favorite Python programming class from basic to intermediate and from intermediate to advanced. I'm happy to be here once again, and your host, your anchor, your instructor for this program is Mr. Simeon. Though I'm getting a little bit tired, but I'm happy doing this. And we're going to be enjoying today's class again, just the way we've been enjoying the class coming from the previous ones. And I know you're going to enjoy it, and we're going to have fun and learn in this class. So sit back and relax, listen and put up your thinking caps and your understanding caps, and let's join together in this class and gain one or two things, troubleshoot, debug, and make sure we have a working program. And I hope we enjoy this program together. Let's join and dive into the class with me. Thank you. Okay, let's recap on what I did last week. Or let me see what we did last week. Last week we talked about lists. We talked about lists last week. Okay. We talked about lists last week, and from the list we mentioned a lot of things, and basically this was actually the PowerPoint presentation I used last week. And we'll talk about Python list, and we say the list in Python is a mutable ordered collection of elements which can be of different data types. Lists allow you to store multiple values in a single variable and are widely used in Python due to their versatility. So going to the code, we're able to create a list, and I said the way to create a list is by writing a variable name such as my list, or I can say my school list. That means when you get admission into school, you can actually write a list in 1, 2, 3. Just that is also how Python have a list. It's like a database for storing things. You can delete, you can update, and you can add to it. So you put it in a square bracket, and you can begin to add whatever thing you want to add into this list by writing names such as Daniel. These are strings. We learned also that we could add other names such as Ebuka, other names such as Chisum. You can add other names such as Mr. Simeon, And not only this, it can also have multiple things such as a value of a pi 3.142. You could have the price of fuel such as 988. I don't know anybody watching this video from now. In 2 years time, I don't know how much fuel will be at that particular time, but I pray I will not be in Nigeria by then. Okay, 988, and we could actually say the number of people that we have in class. We can say we are 15. And what else can we add that is a data type? We can say we can have a data type of true, and we can also have a data type of false, then and so on and so forth. And all these things are replaceable, they are deletable, and you can add to it and you can refer to it. So this is how we created a basic list, and we printed it out. And we say to print the list, you just say print my school list, and that is how we printed everything out at the last class. And that is how we came across 10 Apple 3.14 through Ebuka 1024 and 6.423. And that is the same way of creating. I'm saying We can retrieve from the list by calling a particular location or index of the list. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. This is how to create a list. Then we can access an element, and we can say to do that we can create an index value of whatever thing we do, such as you can say you are trying to refer to an element such as maybe most naughtiest in the class. So we can call the person a naughty boy. Naughty boy. Who is the naughty boy? You can say the person is my school list and is in the index of 2. Is in the index of 2. I'm trying to retrieve. Let me write it. I know this video is on record, so you will get what I'm trying to say again while watching. We are trying to retrieve, we are trying to access the list and get what is in what particular index. And I told us that in writing an index, a list actually starts from index of 0, then the index of 1, then index of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, this is how a list does its own thing. So now, when it now comes to the idea of trying to refer to 2, we are expecting the list to call Chisom as the most naughtiest boy in the school. So if we pick this and say formatted output and say the name of the naughtiest boy in class is, then you just pick the variable on your left, naughty boy. So it picks the element or the value in this index of 2, which I would like us to do. It's a revision actually, but it's good we look at it about retrieval so we can refresh our memory before we enter into what we want to do. So I'm going to do CLS and I'm going to print lists. Now it says the name of the naughtiest boy in class is what? Is Chisom. Chisom happens to be the person or the element or the value that is in index of number 2, 0, 1, 2. That is the third position. The third position, because Python is always the number of your lists. If you actually count this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the number of your lists, minus 1. That is how Python refers to whatever thing in a position. Now we talked about retrieval. Now we talk about updating. You can update what you have in your list. Everybody, if Chisom happens to be the naughtiest boy, let's assume we rusticated him from the class and we pursue him away from the class. So we can now bring in another good guy and we can say Chisom, which is in index of 2, we are replacing him with a very good person which is in the place of Barack Obama. That is it. So when we print, we are going to be printing my school list 2 is now Barack Obama. So I'm going to be printing the list of my school. Let's see what we have there. My school list. Yes, let's print here and see everything here. The person that we've pursued, who replaced him. If we run this, control back tick, and we try to run Python list, Now, oh, sorry, it's not supposed to be the name of. We can just run this my school list. Let's just see, has the school list been updated, yes or no? Has the school list been updated, yes or no? Now we see we have Daniel, Ebuka, Barack Obama, Simeon, 3.142, 988, 15 true and false. Here, which simply means that Chisom has been rusticated from Python College and Barack Obama has been replaced with Chisom. Anything you do here henceforth, no matter what you do, no matter anything you do, even though you remove, even though you pop, even though you refer to something at somewhere, it will tell you that the person in this position is Barack Obama. Despite that we still have Chisom up here, it will respect this action. So that is what we call updating. I updated this list. I updated whatever is in this list and changed the location to Barack Obama. I can decide to say again and say my list in fuel price, because I know in the next 2 weeks fuel price would have increased. So fuel price here will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 minus 1 is 5, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I'm correct. 6 minus 1 is 5. So you're going to be saying 5. Very soon fuel will be sold for 1,200, though they are still going to 2,500. So once you do this and you print my list, I've updated the recent list, everyone. The list is no longer 988. The list is now 1,200, with Barack Obama being in class of Python class. That's what we call updating. After updating, we talk again about deleting. We can delete what we have using the remove function. Accessing the last element. Okay, this is indexing. Indexing, modifying elements. My list equals to 1. That is what I just did. Append means adding new items. Let's do that. So we can say updated list equals to my list, my school list dot append. Do you know what append means? When you append something, let tell somebody append this into the list. What are you trying to say? You are trying to say, hello, add this to your list. Add this to your list. So if it's an updated list equals to my school list dot append, and anything you append, you always append at the end, extreme end, after false. You always add at the end of the list. So what can we say we should add in? Okay, we say, okay, by Monday I want to buy a new laptop called Alienware. So I can say in the list of what I have, I can say the new updated list should be equals to my existing list, should hold on Asus Alienware. Asus Alienware laptop. Now when I print updated list, don't forget, if you update the list, definitely you've superseded all this. So when you print this updated list, what are we going to be having? When you print an updated list, you're going to be having the list that has attempted, okay, saying none. Okay, let's just update. Oh, sorry, am I correct with the spelling of updated lists? Okay, updated list equals to my school list dot append Asus Alienware laptop. That is the syntax we use to append my list dot append. That is it, and you can print my list. Okay, possibly don't let us create an updated list. Let us just append it. My school list dot append is just like my school list equals to my school list dot append is the same thing. So let me print my school list. My school list, let me print it because I'm still saying this my school list to still append my school list dot append. So if I run this one now, let's see if this would work. Okay, still says none. Then let's remove this, and let's see if it can append Asus Alienware laptop. Okay, now it appended Asus Alienware laptop. Okay, so what it's saying is it is a straight program like this. All you just have to do is to type my school list dot append. That means the variable you created here dot append the new value. Most times when I want to use this, I use an input system and use an input value. So I can say, let us assume my variable is value. I can say input, what is your new word? What is the new word? What is the new word? \n. When you say what is the new word, I will just carry value that the person enter and I'll just append it straight inside here. That's it. Whenever anybody I'm talking about appending now, like you're trying to edit, you're trying to update. Whenever anybody enters anything here, it carries the value the person enter, even if the person enter words such like I don't give a damn. Then it comes into my school list and it holds I don't give a damn and go and throw it at the back of false and print Daniel, Ebuka, Chisom, Simeon, this value, this value, this value, this value, false. I don't give a damn because I've collected a variable here, stored whatever the person puts and use it to append in that list. So let's try something that we can use. You can enter. Then it's asking what is the new word. Then you can put the new word as the new issue in Nigeria is fuel price hike. Then it append it. Daniel, Ebuka, Chisom, so on and so forth until it says fuel price hike. So that was all what we did, and we did more. We did remove, we did sorting. You can check the video. I don't want to waste our time too much on that. We did append, we did remove, that's deleting in CRUD operation. You can remove this value when you print list, the value disappears. The value disappears. Please don't forget, I can still share this slide. If you want me to share the slide, I will upload it and share the link. But if you don't download it within 7 days, you will no longer find it there again. But if you guys like each other, you can download it and share it to the group. Okay, the length of the list. Length function tells us the length of our list or whatever thing that we have. So I'm going to come here, delete this, come here, delete this, and we did something called length. I can actually say length of lists. I can actually say length of list equals to length function length function. I told you whenever I mention function, you put your open close bracket. So what is the length of my school list now? My school list, what is the length? So I'm going to be printing the length of lists with the formatted output. Or I can say the length of a database is, trust us everyone, what we're going to be putting is length of list. Let's see, length of list is length of list. So if I tick this and I clear this, hold on, my system is a little bit laggy today, and I print this. Okay, still printing. Quiz game, no. Okay, it has worked. It says the length of a database is 9. Anything you type and you print the length of that thing, it tells you the number of things inside. And I'm going to be doing practical project class in this, everybody, working with length. And we're going to be using to build our first usable project in intermediate class, which is love calculator. So moving on from there, we're going to fully dive into today's work entirely. And I explain also, and remember about this, we can combine lists together. When we add list 1 plus list 2, we have this kind of list. We can combine lists together. And we can also print from position 1 to index of 3. Whenever you say something is better, let me do another thing here. Let me do something here. It's good I show you slicing. For example, I can say print my school list with a index position of -1. What does it mean? My school is in the index position of -1. I'm saying print what we have in the last value of the list. -1 indicates what we have in the last value. But whatever it means, or whatever they mean by doing 1 column 3, what does it mean? 1 column 3 as written in this place. 1 column 3. What does it print in your list? It tells you I'm going to be starting from index of 1. From the index of 1, this is 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to print index of 1 to position of 3. I think it's going to print Ebuka and Chisom. Let's try. Let's see what's going to print. I guess it's going to print only Ebuka and Chisom. Yeah, it's going to print only Ebuka and Chisom. That is correct, because it comes from index of 1 to the position of 3. 1, 2, 3. If I want to extend it to this place, it prints from Ebuka to Sima. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what this one is for. I didn't say if you go and do index of something like this. I didn't say you go and do index of something like this. And I say you're referring to Daniel. It will not work. It only works when you use a colon and insert a figure. Then it will see it automatically by saying index of 1, which is 0, 1, up to the position of number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to print the index of 1 to position number 4. That is what it's going to print. Yeah, very, very correct. That Ebuka was at the index of 1 up to Mr. Simeon is at the position of number 4. That is why you see something like this. Without wasting much of our time, without delaying us, I would like to enter the new topic we have today called for loops. It's not good to be tired. I was almost writing forloops.com. I just have to call myself back and say, bro, it is not .com, it is .py. So let's enter into for loops and see what it entails. It's a very interesting topic. For loop is a very interesting one. So sit back, relax. I may be able to complete this class today. I may not be able to complete it tomorrow, but I want you to understand Python for statements very, very, very well. And because I've explained list to you, you'll be able to understand how we can use it, especially with a list. Now, let me give you one particular rundown of for statement. It is a particular statement that loops through a particular list and it lists them on separate line. That is the job of for lists or for loops rather. Everybody look at this. I'm going to be saying a book. I can say Python. So I'll give Python a value, like a variable. What can I put? Okay, and let me see if this will work. Var equals to, it's already underlining it for me, but let's see if I can manage this. Go to Python. If you print this thing, you'll be seeing same thing as Python. If you print var, you'll be seeing same thing as Python, and that's Python space for loops.py. Python. But if you want them to drop on each line, p first, y second, this third, just add for loop to it. For letters in var, then print var. By the time you print this, Python will not be in the same line again, but it will break in different lines, such as Python repeatedly. So we're going to be doing, sorry, I made a mistake. Instead of for letters in var, should be print letters. Sorry, should be print letters. That's why we are having a bogus output. Sorry, I made a mistake. I'll teach you guys. Yes, this is what I'm expecting. I'm supposed to have Python. Okay, I'm here to teach. I'm not here to show off. I'm ready to show you one or two things and explain what Python for loop means so we can all or both understand it together. I'm repeating again. I will not do too much in this so I can go and rest. I'm sorry for the late class and how short it's going to be. So the for loop in Python is used to iterate, like I told you, to loop over a sequence such as a list, tuple, string, or range. I love the range so much. It allows you to execute a block of code repeatedly for each element in a sentence. Are you hearing again? It allows you to execute a block of code repeatedly. Now this is the captivating word there. For each element in a sequence. Now, what is the captivating word there? For each element is a word, is a single word. For each element is a single word. That is for an item in the list above. That is the sequence. This is the syntax we'll be using to write our for statement. For each statement in the sequence, then do this. Now, let's go to the next one. The next one says basic syntax. You say for item in a sequence. Everybody watch. If I say car models, I need you to answer this question, please. I'll be very happy if you can answer me this question. If I say car models is Benz, and I also say another car model is Maserati. I think Maserati is a single S, and another one is Bugatti, and another one is Porsche. I know some people have not heard all these names I've been calling before. Please try to also so you can know all this. So in case of the people that does not know all these names, I'm going to be adding a local name for you, so it will not be as if we are doing bad. Then this is Toyota. What am I trying to bring out here? This is creating of a list, and we're learning about a for loop. I will say the syntax. So before you can have a for loop syntax, you can't just write a for loop. There must be a list or a variable that holds a string at the top, at least multiple letters at least. I repeat, there must be a string at the top, at least that string must have multiple letters, or a list must be at the top first. For example, when we want to do, if you remember while statement, we will have count equals 2, count equals 1, count equals 0. You will now say while. So please, anytime you are writing a for statement, you must either have a list at the top or a variable holding a particular set of string like this before you can write for loop. So let's go into the syntax. So we say, I'm not going to go to the syntax. I remember. You guys want me to forget. Who can tell me what makes up car model? What are the single units? Because Benz, Maserati, Bugatti, Porsche, Toyota makes up a sequence called car models. But what exactly inside this sequence formed car model? Who can tell me? What are the things inside car models? Okay. Now, without multiple model plus another model plus another model plus another model or plus another brand, we can have sequence of models. Is that not right? Is that not right? Thank you. So, without lists of countries, what makes up a list of countries? Countries themselves, right? Nigeria. Without countries, we can't have a list of what? Thank you. Do you guys understand now? Do you guys understand? The single element is a model, and the combination of all these models forms what? Everybody forms what? Thank you. The single element in this list is a what? Is a country. Another country. another country. But the combination of all these countries forms what does it form? List. Thank you. So you are going to say for this element in this sequence, print all these elements. That is the statement. That is the statement. Watch everybody. For models in car models, then print models. That means you are printing the elements. Watch what is going to happen. Watch what is going to happen. We are going to print the models. We are going to be printing the each individual element. Watch. What came out? What came out? And do you remember what did we print before? What did we print? No, I don't want to hear that word single letters. I'm already highlighting it. What do we print? This. What do we print? Models. And what do we have on our screen? Thank you. Thank you. Straight up. So you can't say for models in car models, print car models. No. No. It will print, but you are printing nonsense. It will repeat the list of these car models multiple times. Are you getting me? You don't print what is on your right. Yes, you don't print what it will repeat this. It will repeat this one from here to here. 1, from here to here. 2. It will not stop. It will keep repeating it. It will keep repeating it. But when you say for the models in car models, print models, it will print only this one. When it gets to Toyota, it will stop. And that was what it did here. Everybody, let me make something very complex for you that you understand. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. Let me use this. I want to know if you guys will understand what I'm trying to do. This is how some people write Python. And I mean, I'm just the one that says I'm not going to write like that. Everybody watch this. I want to see if you understand. No, I don't want to use list of countries. I want to call this X. Yes, that's good. X equals to Nigeria, Burkina Faso, and Gambia. That's it. For I in X, print I. Please, do you guys understand this code? Please, I'm asking. Do you understand this code? Thank you. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what is happening. See this one as what? See this one as another. See this one as another word. Thank you. This is the first I1. This is I what? This is I what? So for the eyes in X, don't print X again. You'll be printing all of them. No, we want individual. Print what? I. Are you getting it now? Did you get the for loop? Look. Did you see that? Did you see that? Let's make a mistake. Let's print X. I'll leave this one at the top. I'll not clear it. Everybody, do you see the difference? You see the difference? We printed I here, we printed the elements here, while we printed the sequence here. You don't print sequence, you print what? Elements. Then it makes sense to us. Now, everybody, the first task in class, I'm creating a list of country, or possibly you guys create a list of 5 countries and print all the country out one by one. Your time starts now. I will stop at any time. I'm not giving you a time. It's not supposed to be more than just this is the same method you use. Oh, the same way. Just make 5 lists of different countries you like. Then 4, I'll not say what you're supposed to do. Print what you're supposed to print. I'll just hold on for a while and come back when I feel it should be done. So let's see what Mr. Daniel solved. Let's see what he solved. Let's pick up what is solved. The chat box. Where's the chat box? Where's the chat box? Okay, this is the chat. Okay, so Mr. Daniel said, okay, the question says you should create 5 countries and print the countries in the country sequence. So Mr. Daniel said to him that this is his own answer. He said capital letter Y equals to Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, China, USA, and Canada. Oh, Mr. Daniel, why they do like this now? Why must you make mistake? What is the capital F for? See now, I've never used the capital F for A in Y. Then look at it, you didn't put your semicolon here. There must be a semicolon, then he prints A. Well, we'll pardon him for that and remove this for him. And I wanted to clap for him before. I'm not going to clap again. And there must be a semicolon here. So he says he wants to call all these elements A. They search for A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. So for all A's in Y, print the A's. That is what he did here. So let's run it his own first before I solve it. Let's run whatever thing he has done. And wow. It says expected an indent block after the statement on line 11. Indent block. And you're using capital letter P. Oh my God. Yes. Let's do this. I've put the indent that is looking for. Okay, perfect. Perfect. The only problem was that he didn't put his column here and his what do we call it now? I think I noticed 2 things. He didn't indent it. He didn't put his column, and his 4 was capital letter. So everybody, we're not going to clap for Mr. Daniel. He just offended me. He needs to do better, honestly. But he did well, to be honest. He did well. I like what he did. So, but naturally, I'm not going to be using X and Y for I in. It does not make sense to me. I write out the element. So, if these are list of countries, definitely a country made up list of country. So I'm going to say for countries in list of countries, then print whatever is on the left hand side. What is on the left hand side? Okay, I'll do this. I'll say the countries that qualified for Olympic are the countries that I'll not even put this thing. Nigeria, since Nigeria is there, we can't qualify for Olympic. We can only qualify for Paralympics. So the countries that qualified for Paralympics are then I'll print the countries. Print countries. Now, this is what I'm going to be printing. So it's going to print once. The countries, oh no, sorry, it's under first statement. It will print repeatedly. It will be here. Please, it should print only once. After the list, it should print only once. Then first statement comes in. Don't forget, first statement is an iteration. it will loop the printing a lot of times. A lot of times. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You will loop it like 7 times. So let us clear this one off and run this and see how it will look like. So if we run for loop, we have the countries that qualify for Paralympics are Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, China, USA, Canada. So this is how we work on for loops. This is how we work on for loops. So I'm going to be deleting everything or possibly leave countries alone. Leave a list of countries alone. So using words like this, like I used for countries, a list of countries, print countries. So I want you guys to do a task for me now using words, not I, not X, not A, not B, no. I want you to create list of my siblings. Yes, list of my siblings. Add 7 siblings to it and print their names out one by one, line after line, using for statements. Your time starts now. Please don't forget a list called my siblings. Let me create it for you. My siblings. Create that list of 7 names. Then print out their names on a different line, one by one. Your time starts now. Okay, it's time for us to get the solution. Some of us are done. Let's see what we have. Be my guest. Okay. Okay. Mr. Daniel attempted it. And Chisom, paste your answer. Chisom, paste your answer. Mr. Daniel, I know they say error in your code. It will run, but what's this? Why did this one doesn't want to copy? Wow. I've been copying from here now. Okay. My siblings. Why capital M? Okay, maybe I'm typing from phone. My siblings equals to Abigail, Favor, Paul, Adura, Daniel, John, and Peter. Now, everybody, Abigail, Favor, Paul, Adura, Daniel, they add capital letter. And when they get to John and Peter, they now add small letter. There is God. For siblings in my siblings, print the name of my siblings are. This thing will not run though, Mr. Daddy. What kind of error is this? For siblings in my siblings. Okay. I didn't see my. I thought you said for siblings in siblings. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. For siblings in my siblings, print the name of my sibling is. This is the error I saw. Do let me help you with indentation. I know you know that one that you must indent. Now, Mr. Dan, you should have do the name of my siblings. Cut this one off. Put this one again under print. Are you seeing it now? Print. Then come back in. Print. I told you anything under 4 will be iterated. You should have put it before to run only once. That is where you make a mistake. Hope you are seeing that. This is the real solution to the program. We created a list with names, and we say we should print the name of my siblings are. If we print this, you'll be having the name of my siblings are only once. Then the first statement comes in. Please, you must know arrangement too. When you start doing projects, it's arrangements that will help you. That program you wrote will repeat your print statement multiple times. Please, if you want something to show you once, put them above first statement. So it becomes the name of my siblings are, let's say for siblings in my siblings, print siblings. I like that word. For the siblings in my siblings, print sibling. Whoa, perfect. This run again. The name of my siblings are Abigail, Favor, Paul, Adra, Daniel, John, Peter. Cool, cool. Mr. Chisom, anything for the boys? Did you drop anything on the chat box? God bless you, sir. He said, my siblings, Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew. Hey, see pastor. Hey, see pastor. Wetin we carry, wetin you throw now? How many things have we done now? You don carry Bible enter inside this one. This small play wey we dey play now. My siblings go to Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Bartholomeus, Thomas and Matthew. Then we add more. Let me Z it. Judas. Print the name of my siblings are. I love this. He did it before the loop. It means you are following. Print the name of the siblings are for people. For the people in my siblings. Print people. Power to the people. He started with Christianity, theology, ended with politics. Nice one. I'm giving it to you. This is fine. The name of my siblings are Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, and Thomas, Matthew, Judas. Oh, Judas is part of your siblings. No wonder. That's cool. I'm happy you guys are following. Only Mr. Ebuka that I've not heard anything from. People are using chat box. I'm sure Mr. Daniel is using his phone and is making good attempts, and I'm happy. And I'm happy about that. It's the understanding that I need, not the gadget. So I'm happy you guys can understand the first statement. You see the reason why I treated list before first statement. So let's proceed. This is the syntax. Small letter for item in sequence, then your code execution block comes here. It may not be only print. So print is just to tell you what will happen if you use for item. What this place is trying to tell you, can anybody interpret this sentence in a code? Can anybody interpret it? What it's trying to tell us that is telling us sequence equals to this, then the items could be naughty cat. We could have naughty cat, we could have double B or bomb bull bling. bumblebee. We have bumblebee, and we have naughty. Now, what they are trying to tell you is this is a sequence, and these are the items. The items of sequence are naughty cat, bumblebee, and naughty hoha. So these are the items. They are in the list of sequence. Okay, that is what that side is telling us here, that for item in sequence, print item. So we can go looping through a list. We have done that. Fruits equals to apple, fruits. S equals to apple, banana, cherry. For fruits, singular, no S. In plural, fruits, print fruits, singular. For fruits, fruits equals to this. For fruits in fruits, print fruit. You have done that. Let's do letter, looping through a string, and the string is going to be Python. So we should use a string, str equals to Python. So I'm going to say, like I told you, I don't like writing for X and Y. For letters, for the letters in string, then it must be there or else it will not work. Then print letters. Now, what this does is to break every letter in that word Python into a single line. That is what we call a power of a for loop. It loops them one by one, and it doesn't loop from a particular place to the other. So we are approaching, and we are almost getting to the end. The next slide says range. Now we can be using I here. Range starts not with a list, but it has its own syntax. For I in range, this is how we do range. Range 10, print I. No, sorry, column, that is then, print I. For I in range 10, print I. When you look at this, it prints it. Excuse me, please. It's nothing like it prints. It prints I from number 1 to number 9. A first statement in its range does not print the last value. It will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and stop there. I am not the one that did it. It's Python programming language themselves, and they know why. Please don't chat me up or call me and say, why is it like that? Why do we write for I in range 10 and it cannot count 1 to 10? Please, it cannot count 1 to 10. Know it now is 1 to 9, and this is how it's being written. The range has in n-1 value in its output. So let's work with this. Now you can see what the output says. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We didn't get to 10. Let's try and write 1 to 50 again. using for statement, print I. Now, despite we say she print it at 50, see what it did. It stopped at 49. It stopped at 49. Now there's something called starting value, ending value, and increment. And increment. Everybody remember that when I did one statement in the previous class, y adds their increment with plus or minus y, or I say y, plus or minus the answer, right? Can you guys remember? You can say count equals to plus or equals, sorry, count plus equals 1. But this does not increment like that. It increments by giving it the value at the back of the last value that they are incrementing for. Now, let's do a range of count between 5 to 25. So it goes to starting value 5, 25. Increment is set by default. I'm going to go and clear the screen. What you want to do now is to run your program. Everybody, did you say starting point and the ending point? Starting point start at 5 according to what the program says. That's it. It starts at 5 and it stops at 24 because I said it is n minus 1 kind of thing for loop. So when you want to do for loop, to get a particular number, add 1 to it. So by the time it gets there, it will actually add that number and stop and at the value you want. For example, you want 1 to 100, stop at 101. So computer can count it to 100 for you. And after this class or after this period, you guys are going to be writing 10 to 50. 10 to 50 in Python language using for loop. So let's look at this. Our starting point that the computer start counting from is no longer 1 here. It's 5 and it's to end at 24. So that was why you saw that. Let's check if you doubt me for my starting point. My starting point is 5. The ending is 24. What about if you wanted to jump 5 steps and print out for you? You're going to do comma 5 steps. This means increment in 5 steps. Please note that down. Starting point of the number is 5. Ending point is 25, but you're going to see 24. And 5 is the number of steps it's going to be using to count. You can put 1, you can put 2, you can put 2000, depending on where the destination is. So I come again to explain to say 5 is the starting point, 25 is the ending point, but the number of points that you grow, the number of points that you will go, the number of points that you will use to count your program will be in 5 steps. So let's print this. That's all. Since if you add 5 to 20, it will lead you to 25 students, which is not possible. So what it does is it stops at the nearest highest value, which is almost close to the last value. This is very important. When you say at a particular time you stop this, you stop that, you close by this time, you close by that, something will help you to know that it is that time you are supposed to close. So also this, once it has set its value that it is 25, it will not get to 25 before it stops. The nearest value that will get to 25 will be what it will stop at. So I'm running it again. That is it. If I make it 2, increment of 2 from 5 to 25, it's increment of 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, that up to 23, or so yes, 23, because 23 plus 2 will get it to 25, but it doesn't want to get to 25 because it's so much have respect. Python programming language is the program that respects people the most in this life. So it doesn't want to go beyond that. So what it does is to stop at the nearest closer value to it getting what it's supposed to get. So it stops there. That's all about increment. I will not want to bore you too much with this class. I want us to really understand this class. So the next class I'll be taking range by step, which I just did now. So this program will print from 0 to 11 in two steps. So I'm going to be having 2, 4, 6, 8 like that. So the next one is more advanced usage of for loops. Sorry, it's more advanced usage of for loops. Okay, we are going to be looking at more advanced usage of for loops next class, and we're going to be looking at nested for loops. We're going to be looking at nested for loops, how you can next loops upon loops, and you are doing the right thing. Okay, we've done this. Okay, using break and continue in loop, we're going to be doing that next week. Example with continue, we're going to be doing that. Creating a timetable with a for loop, and that's all. So next week is still the continuation of the for loop statement. That's the continuation for next week, but for this week we are done. Any question? Any question, everybody? We are done with the class. Are done. Have a wonderful day.